Coach's Corner is brought to you by Capital Investment Advisory Services.
Hey there, really, our Dawgs fans. I'm Mitch Stewart, and this morning I'm joined by head coach Dan Brenner for another episode of Coach's Corner. Dan, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, of course.
Let's take a look back to this past weekend. Dan, another 3 games in 3 days for you all. You went down to Fayetteville on Thursday morning. Solid showing. You get 50 shots on goal. It just took a little bit too long to find the back of the net. But on Friday and Saturday, you guys didn't have that problem. 6 goals in both of those victories. What did it feel like to be back here in the home rink and pick up 2 big wins over Macon?
Yeah, it was a long road trip. Obviously wound up with that Thursday day game or morning game in Fayetteville, which I thought we played a very good game. Like you said, we put up a bunch of shots and just couldn't find the back of the net till late in the game. We talked about adjustments, about, those shots were great, but, we need that traffic. We need those bodies going to the net as well. And made those adjustments going into Friday and Saturday back here at Berglund Center, which it was a long road trip, and we were very happy to be back here on home ice in front of our fans, and it showed with the energy we showed, and those little adjustments that we're talking about. We added a few new bodies, obviously, but the adjustment to having that net front traffic and that net front presence all the time really made a difference on those 2 games.
You talked about that lengthy 9-game road trip. You hadn't been home before this weekend since February 20th. The results weren't too kind to you all on the road, but I'm wondering if maybe there were some silver linings or some lessons learned for you all during that 9-game trip.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough, and I always say you learn more when you lose than when you win. I think that's pretty obvious, but that was a little bit too much learning, I think, for us. But we did learn something, a bunch of things throughout the course of those 9 games. There's some games that officiating came into play, but that comes down to our discipline. So trying to tighten that up, and even at home, you saw that there's some penalties and stuff. But I think we've been doing a much better job the last few weekends of being better in discipline. As far as stick penalties, as far as high stick, and we're really trying to crack down on getting rid of the penalties that are going to be calls. I think one of the big things we talked about is in Peoria there is trying to find the line that the referee is going to set, because I thought the first game they stepped in and were playing playoff style hockey, and we couldn't really find that battle line where the ref was what he's going to allow and what he's not going to allow. This year it's been different game to game, so these guys need it's a bit of hockey IQ to understand really quickly. Is that little hook going to be a penalty tonight, or is that slash going to be a penalty, or are they going to allow us to battle it out physically? But we got to decide that early on, and then play on that line.
You mentioned kind of bringing in a few new bodies here in the past few weeks. One player that stood out here this past weekend, goaltender Sammy Bernard. He had 34 saves down in Fayetteville on Thursday, and gets back-to-back wins against Macon here at Berglund Center. What did you think about his play and his first few starts as a rail yard dog?
He's been great so far, and he's just kind of added a confidence and a calming sense. He's very smooth back there. He's very calming. Like, he's just calm in net. You see in his movements and everything. He freezes the puck, and he's just very calm. There's nothing sporadic about it. He's making the saves that he needs to. He's making the saves that he should, and it's giving us an opportunity. Even in Fayetteville, like you said, with that 34 saves, he gave us an opportunity to be in it. We didn't find the back of the net till too late, but so far so good. And we're looking for him going forward to just continue to give us that confidence up front, where we know we're going to get those stops.
You guys get Huntsville coming into Berglund Center for 2 games this weekend. They're currently first place in the league, but you all have played really well against them all 6 meetings previously in this season, getting points in 4 of those games. What are you kind of expecting from the Havoc in this 2-game set this weekend?
Huntsville's a very good team. They've got a ton of experience. They got good rookie players that are contributing as well. And they execute. The biggest thing against them is when you give them opportunities, they sting you almost every time. And you're right. I think every time we played them this year, in years past, we always seem to elevate against them. We up our game and have played well against them. We need to make sure that we're limiting their opportunities. We need to make sure that when we get the opportunity in the offensive zone, that we're ragging the puck down there. We're getting extended O-zone shifts, and I think that's going to be the key to kind of coming out on top this weekend.
Well, Dan, good luck to you all this weekend. Hope the best for you all against Huntsville.
Thanks, Mitch.
That's going to do it for this episode of Coach's Corner. Make sure to check out our social media platforms and our team website for more content just like this. The Dawgs back here at Berglund Center Friday and Saturday night to take on the Huntsville Havoc. Thank you all so much, and have a great rest of your day.
Coach's Corner is brought to you by Capital Investment Advisory Services.